live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the Madness Racing League Cup Series playoff race at the Bristol Motor Speedway. For the second playoff race of 3, that's the number 5 of Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina, driving the number 5 Lowe's Chevy Camaro. Mr. Fabric Schaffner down there trying to tune up that race car. We're set here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, counting down the time until qualifying session begins. That's the 23 machine, the playoff driver of John Michael Bryant, the Boogeyman. Currently sitting in the 5th place point standings at the current moment. Looking to score the victory here tonight at one of his favorite racetracks. We talked to him on pit road before he hopped on that race car tonight. The Boogeyman, happy the way his car had speed, but was fighting some handling issues. There's James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina, driving the Viagra number 6 Ford Mustang, and Kevin Tankos, the other playoff driver from Hawthorne, New Jersey. The 20-year-old just celebrated a birthday a couple days ago, and they'll throw the checkered flag here at the Bristol Motor Speedway for practice. Kevin Tankos and the rest of these guys will bring in those hot rods for the qualifying session here at the Bristol Motor Speedway in the Madness Racing League Cup Series playoff race at Bristol is underway here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button as we get ready and set for the qualifying session, as we always do here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll start off tonight's session. That's the number 4 Good Wrench Budweiser machine from Hawthorne, New Jersey, the 20-year-old. We just talked about him, Kevin Tankos. He comes up to speed here down the backstretch here, the fastest half mile in the world, the Bristol Coliseum, the Bristol Motor Speedway. Kevin Tankos will take the checker flag here. He's on the clock for his first time tonight here in the qualifying session at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Down the backstretch, Kevin Tankos goes. He'll fade down to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to keep that thing promoted in there. He'll slide up across the front stretch. P1 on the board for Kevin Tankos. Several guys out here on the field. Kevin Tankos wraps it up. We'll jump to the next guy. Kevin Tankos down in the turns 3 and 4 for the final time tonight. Where will he get? Currently, boy, loose off the corner as he'll sit P1 currently still. Here's the 0-2 of Nicholas Maynard from Welford, South Carolina. White flag in the air for him. He'll jump into the P5 spot on his first lap. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack, Maynard Motors Body Armor 0-2 will take it into 3 and 4. Can he wrap the bottom side of the racetrack? He'll arc the corner out of turn 4. Where will the kid get? P3 on the board for the kid at the current moment. We'll switch over. That's the 23 machine of John Michael Bryant, another playoff contender here, looking to score the victory, lock himself in, finding himself 13 points back. He'll take the checkered flag. P6 for John Michael Bryant. Blake Hochschild round out his. Here comes Chris Schaffner out on the racetrack. For the first time tonight, he'll shift through the gears here. Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina, driving the Cobalt Lowe's number 5 Chevy Camaro down the back stretch for the first time tonight. Front stretch. He'll complete his lap. He'll be up in the wall. That's Terry Hughes Jr. driving the number 81 Ford Mustang. The Hughes Performance from Troy, Alabama. The team drove all the way out here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway looking to score some points here. He'll take the white flag here. Come around for the first lap completion of tonight's event. Terry Hughes Jr. will climb the bankings through turns 3 and 4. The world's fast half mile right here. Checker flag in the air for Terry Hughes Jr. He'll jump up to the 10th place spot. Meanwhile, here comes Jonathan Smith from Goldsboro, North Carolina, driving the premier setup number 13 Chevy Camaro. As he'll come off turns 3 and 4 for the completion of his first lap. Top of the board for Jonathan Smith. He'll jump up to the P1 spot. He'll scrape the wall right there. And he'll go ahead and back it down, and he'll kill that lap. See if we have anybody out here on the racetrack at the current moment. I don't believe so. So if that meaning that guy right there, Jonathan Smith, driving the Premier Setups number 13 machine, will win tonight's pole here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Another playoff driver needing that one in his belt. Jonathan Smith will take the pole here to start the front row here. The Bristol Motor Speedway will pull up the qualifying results here. For the Bristol Motor Speedway, Jonathan Smith will take the front row with Kevin Tankos here. Nicholas Maynard will start in a 3rd place spot. James Fountain will get that 4th place spot with Showtime Chase Johnson rounding out the 5th place spot. Score the victory here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel this past 2 weeks ago on Saturday night. The Martinsville Speedway spoiled the playoff. Will he do it again here tonight? But this time he'll be advancing to the championship if he can do it, along with John Michael Bryant, another playoff contender here, looking to score the victory. He'll round out the 6th place spot here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll save the rest of the field here for tonight's driver introduction, but that guy right there, Jonathan Smith from Goldsboro, North Carolina. We'll start on the front row here. Another playoff driver. Desperately needing that here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And as we always do, we'll look down there at the Food City 500 Bristol Motor Speedway Victory Lane. All these guys have all their eyeballs on that here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get ready to sit here for 100 laps on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the Madness Racing League Cup Series playoff race at Bristol. We'll wait for these guys to get into their race cars. We'll take a moment of silence here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, as we'll bow our head and close our eyes for the people that have fallen overseas. Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll throw it back to the main broadcast cam here. These guys get ready and set to load in the field here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the night's event here. We're scheduled for 100 laps of action-packed racing here at the Bristol Motor Speedway for the second playoff race event here. One more remains after this at the old Atlanta Motor Speedway, and then we'll cut it down to 4 drivers. We'll see here as we got the rest of the field jumping up here. We'll jump to the front row. That's the pole sitter driving the number 13 Premier Setup Chevy Camaro from Goldsboro, North Carolina. It's Jonathan Smith. Outside of him, another playoff driver. So 2 playoff drivers will scrunch up the front row here driving the Chevy Camaro. Good wrench, number 4 from Hawthorne, New Jersey. Happy late birthday to Kevin Tankos from Hawthorne, New Jersey. This guy looking to pick up the victory here tonight, lock himself into that Michigan Championship race, and join that kid right there, starting in the 3rd place spot tonight, driving the body armor Maynard Motor 02 machine from Wilford, South Carolina. Won the race 2 weeks ago at the Homestead Miami Speedway. He'll race for a championship in Michigan, and he's one of your contenders right there. That's the kid, Nicholas Maynard. On the outside of him from Greenville, South Carolina, the part-timer here, filling up the field in the Viagra number 6 Ford Mustang. That's James Fountain. Another playoff contender, Showtime Chase Johnson, looking to lock himself into the Michigan International Raceway Playoff Championship race with the winning here tonight in the Bristol Motor Speedway. He won at Martinsville, spoiled the playoff party in the Xfinity Series. He'll round out the 5th place spot here tonight. On the outside of him will be the boogeyman, the other playoff driver, John Michael Bryant. Barely snubbed his way in. He finds himself back 13 points at the current moment. He'll start out the 6th place spot tonight looking to score the victory. Blake Hochschild driving the Paint Hots Ford Mustang from Gold Canyon, Arizona. The 24-year-old will round out the 7th place spot tonight looking to score some points here. Tony Cook, the other playoff driver, will round out the 7th place spot, down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll start in the 33 Skull Chevy Camaro, and behind him will be the number 5 Lowe's machine of Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina. Terry Hughes Jr. and the Hughes Performance number 81 Ford Mustang from Troy, Alabama. The 25-year-old will start on the outside. Shout out to the U.S. Navy veteran Chris Knighty. Will round out the 11th place spot here tonight on the inside, driving the Triple Deuce machine. Corey Riptide Tesler will round out the shotgun spot at the tail end of the field, driving the 42 McDonald's Clover Chevy Camaro. Looking to score something here, another part-timer at the tail end of the field. We'll jump back here to Jonathan Smith, who scored the victory for the pole here. He'll start off the front row with Kevin Tankos, a couple playoff drivers. Peter the pace car will lead him around here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. We're moments away from the green flag here. Make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button so you don't miss a thing. Jonathan Smith will lead Kevin Tankos on the outside of him. Nicholas Maynard behind him. Peter the pace car getting the 1 to green. He'll pull on the pit road this time around. Jonathan Smith will bring him to the restart zone, and we should fire off here. We'll get the green flag on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Peter the pace car hangs the left up there. Jonathan Smith will have to wait to the green flag here, and we'll be ready, set, we're fired off here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Nicholas Maynard, Kevin Tankos spinning some tires here, quick and early. These guys rev up the engines here. We're right on board with James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina. He'll take it to the top side of the racetrack. The number 4, Kevin Tanko's bottom in and out there. Showtime Chase Johnson looks down on the bottom side of the racetrack. These guys are going to have to be content with their battles here tonight. Battle back and forth here. We look at Tony Cook on the outside, the number 29 of the Paint House Machine of Blake Hochschild. They'll sort it out through turns 3 and 4. Tony Cook will lose to the outside. John Michael Bryant will run on the tail end of the field with James Fountain here. He'll run door to door. John Michael Bryant trying to make something shake. Chase Johnson will fill in the gap there. Here comes the 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. down the bottom side of the racetrack. Corey Tesner trying to make something shake here through the back of the field. Chase Johnson will throw it down the bottom side of the racetrack. John Michael Bryant and then Blake Hochschild will follow right behind. 4 laps complete here. Laps are going to peel off quick here tonight. Jonathan Smith out front here with Nicholas Maynard. The caution flag is in the air. Terry Hughes Jr. in the wall here. The caution flag will fly here in the Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for an instant replay, as we always do. Terry Hughes Jr., the bad luck continues here at the Bristol Motor Speedway as he makes hard contact with the outside wall. We'll back it up even more. It looks like he had a little bit of help from Corey Riptide Tesner here. We'll throw it up to the action pack shot, and just gets loose going into turns 1 and 2. Corey Tesner gives him a little bump, sends him up the racetrack. Hard contact to the outside wall from the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. That thing is absolutely cooked. A playoff driver. Early troubles here. Lap 5 in the Madness Racing League Cup Series playoff race at the Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll throw it back over here. Pierre, the pace car, out on the racetrack. He'll run down Jonathan Smith and Nicholas Maynard here. The two guys, Nicholas Maynard up 2 spots. Kevin Tankos will fall back. They'll wait on Peter the pace car to come back around here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're under caution here in the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the first time tonight. 5 laps in. We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after this. Boom, back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, just like that. You're riding on board with the 02 of Nicholas Maynard from Wilford, South Carolina. He's currently up in the 2nd place spot, up 1 spot from where he qualified. In that 3rd place spot, you'll ride on board with the number 4 of Kevin Tankos. We'll shoot it back out here to Billy the Blimp driver, giving us some action-packed shots all night long here as they'll bring it to the choose cone here. We'll get the 1 to go flag right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Billy the Blimp driver going to give us action-packed shots up there all night long, because you can't get a DUI driving a blimp up there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moments away from restarting this race here again on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 8 laps already gone here. Out of 100 laps are going to peel off quick here. Jonathan Smith and Nicholas Maynard to round out the front row. Kevin Tankos and James Fountain the 2nd row. Chase Johnson and Blake Hochschild will get the 3rd row. Tony Cook and Chris Schaffner will round out that 4th row right there, and they'll round out and conclude the top 10 with Corey Tesner and Chris 90 here. Jonathan Smith will bring it back to the restart zone here. Nicholas Maynard will wait, they'll fire back off. We're back green in the Bristol Motor Speedway. Chase Johnson will look down the bottom side of James Fountain here. He'll try to power pass him down the back straight away. They go. James Fountain on the outside, Johnson on the inside. Nicholas Maynard in front of him. He'll try to arc the corner. He'll have Kevin Tankos to battle with him. Throw up our first battle box here tonight. Let's battle for the 3rd place spot. Well, we're really going to battle for the race lead here, because all these guys are going to have to get settled together here and chase each other down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain looking to the outside of Chase Johnson. Chase Johnson not able to complete the pass. That's the battle for the 4th place spot between Blake Hochschild and Chase Johnson here. Chase Johnson trying to make something shake here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with Blake Hochschild. Meanwhile, we got a little discombobulation here. They'll pile up here. Stacking them up here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Chase Johnson will look down the bottom side of the racetrack against James Fountain. James Fountain will lift here. Give it to him. Meanwhile, John Michael Bryant trying to make something shake. Tony Cook all over the back bumper of John Michael Bryant, the boogeyman here. You see the sparks flying out from underneath that Skull Bandit number 33 machine here. These guys trying to get every bit of this race car down on the surface of the racetrack here. Much downforce as possible here. We'll shoot it back up here to the battle for the 5th place spot between James Fountain, Blake Hochschild, and Chase Johnson. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard here quickly falling off here after the restart. He's down to the 3rd place spot. He'll be door to door with Chase Johnson here battling at the Bristol Motor Speedway. 02 will take it to the top side of the racetrack. The 78 will look below him. Down the front stretch they'll go. 15 laps already gone here. The lights are completely illuminated here at the Bristol Motor Speedway here. The last great Coliseum, excuse me. Blake Hochschild will take it to the top side of the racetrack with Nicholas Maynard here. They'll paint the fence up there. James Fountain not giving an inch to the kid, Nicholas Maynard. Chase Johnson, meanwhile, is able to pull around. He'll jump up to the 3rd place spot. Kevin Tanko's in the 2nd place spot. John Smith checking out here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Goldsboro, North Carolina, stand up. Meow, 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 meow. Door banging there between James Fountain. I mean, not James Fountain, but Nicholas Maynard. Showtime Chase Johnson is able to pull around there. James Fountain will complete the pass around the kid here. Nicholas Maynard taking to the top side of the racetrack. But here comes the boogeyman. He'll look on the inside of Nicholas Maynard here. We'll have a battle for the 6th place spot. Nicholas Maynard must be battling some kind of handling issues with that body armor. 02 Maynard Motors Ford Mustang here. Down 4 spots since the restart. He'll continue to keep it on the top side of the racetrack. No opening for him to get down there. Continue to shoot the gap on him. The Blake Hochschild, the number 29, will look down the bottom side of the racetrack. Try to pull the closing slide job over the 02. Not able to get it done here. Nicholas Maynard will come across there. They'll battle continuously for the 6th place spot here. 20 laps complete on the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here at the Bristol Motor Speedway in the playoff race number 2 of 3 here. 2 weeks from now, we'll race the final playoff race, and we'll cut down to 4 drivers. Which one of these guys will join that guy, the Nicholas Maynard, is currently falling off at the moment, but doesn't need too much but a great run as he locked himself in 2 weeks ago at the Homestead Miami Speedway with the victory. And he'll race for a championship here in a couple weeks on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We know Nicholas Maynard just trying to stay out of trouble here as he still works with Blake Hochschild all over the inside of him. Chase Johnson trying to run down the 2nd place driver of Kevin Tanko's. He'll pull right up to the back bumper of him. Kevin Tanko's will soar back up down the back straightaway. Here they are battling hard for the 2nd place spot. You see Chase Johnson inside of that race car in his all white suit trying to run down Kevin Tanko's. Chase Johnson will look down to the inside of Kevin Tanko's here. They'll battle door to door down the front stretch here. 24 coming to 25 laps complete here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here on the TikTok platform from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Jonathan Smith checking out here in the 2nd playoff race. Jonathan Smith needing this win here. He'll win the event here tonight. Every lap led is 1 point added to your total score. Points paying out to the top 5. 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. Jonathan Smith from Goldsboro, North Carolina, just peeling off laps here, adding points to his total score here. Meanwhile, Chase Johnson will get around the number 4 of Kevin Tanko's. He'll ride on board with that guy right there, the number 4 of Kevin Tanko's. He tries to run back down Chase Johnson for the 2nd place spot. James Fountain tied up the racetrack there, keeps it out of the wall. He'll go down the front stretch. Here comes the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard losing pace here as he's fell all the way back down to the 6th place spot as you ride on board with the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant. Not the ass into him. There's nobody coming his way. We'll go on board with the boogeyman as he rolls up to the back bumper of James Fountain here. We'll watch the boogeyman try to work around James Fountain. We know John Michael Bryant is not afraid to put the bumper to somebody here as they'll come off of turns 3 and 4. James Fountain will move to the right side of the racetrack. Just let John Michael right on by here. Meanwhile, Kevin Tanko's losing touch with Showtime Chase Johnson here. Showtime Chase Johnson cutting the gap up. He'll turn the fastest lap on the racetrack that time around. As he runs a 15:24, the race leader Jonathan Smith runs a 15:30. Chase Johnson putting down some bangers here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. They've already peeled off 30 laps here. Meanwhile, these guys from what I was told by the admin, could go about anywhere from 70 to about 75 laps here on a full tank of gas here if we ride around with some of these playoff guys. Chris Knighty will scrape the wall on the top side of the racetrack, trying to let Corey Riptide Tesner by. Corey Tesner, another part-timer here in the Madness Racing League Cup Series, not competing for the championship here in the playoffs in the Cup Series, but you can catch him on Friday nights in the Truck Series where he locked himself in with the win at the Auto Club Speedway. Corey Riptide Tesner just peeling off some laps here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Kevin Tankles will turn the fastest lap on the racetrack that time around with a 15:40. As he slowly tries to decrease the thing, but here's the battle for the race lead here between Showtime Chase Johnson and Jonathan Smith. We'll throw out the battle box here for the third time tonight already. Guys are putting on a show here for you Booty Scoot Racing fans. As we've kept it green so far, we had one caution for Terry Hughes Jr., who's got it taken back in the garage. So does Tony Cook. Tony Cook on pit road at the current moment, battling some alternator issues in that race car. Can he get it back out on the racetrack? Meanwhile, Jonathan Smith and the race leader, Chase Johnson, will back down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Chris Knighty will pull down on the pit road here. Can we be seeing the beginning of green flag pit stop? So will Chris Schaffner, driving the number 5 from High Point, North Carolina. So two guys already bringing it down here on the pit road. John Michael Bryant moving through the field here up to the 4th place spot here. Kevin Tankos patrolling through the race field here. He's up to the 3rd place spot. Showtime Chase Johnson will battle door to door for the race lead. Chase Johnson will put the pedal down. He'll get not clear yet. The number 13 Premier setup Chevy Camaro, but two Camaros taking control of the race here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Chase Johnson will complete the pass off turn 4 there. 38 laps complete out of 100 here. We'll go to one more commercial break here. Green flag pit stops to be approaching us here. That's the battle for the race lead, as it no longer looks like it's going to be a battle. Chase Johnson will pull away here. We'll be right back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Don't go nowhere. Back to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, riding on board with the number 13, former race leader Jonathan Smith from Goldsboro, North Carolina, the playoff driver. They'll battle around the lap track with Corey Riptide Tesner on the outside of him. Meanwhile, John Michael Bryant, almost called him Joogie, but that's the boogeyman, excuse me, getting down and dirty here, trying to get boogied. But look at these guys. Jonathan Smith will clear himself around the nose of Corey Riptide Tesner. Corey Tesner a lap down here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Here comes the kid, Nicholas Maynard, charging back hard through the field here. Can he come? He's up back to the 5th place spot. Here comes Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina, right behind him on a fresh set of tires here. It's him and Chris Knighty right there. You've seen it. They'll take 4 fresh tires on pit road. They got the fastest tires on the racetrack, trying to unlap themselves here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Meanwhile, Chase Johnson checking out here over Kevin Tankos, who's gotten around Jonathan Smith for that 2nd place spot. As you see it right there is the battle for the 3rd place spot. For Jonathan Smith, Nicholas Maynard will power back on the outside here. He'll drive around both of them. What a move from the kid from Wilford, South Carolina. That Maynard Motors machine is hooked up here on the long run. As we approach the halfway mark here, John Michael Bryant will door bang with Jonathan Smith here in the turns 1 and 2. But Nicholas Maynard, what a pass on the outside around John Michael Bryant and Jonathan Smith, 2 other playoff guys. But Nicholas Maynard's already locked into the championship race here. But that car's come to life here on the back half of the run. Meanwhile, Kevin Tankos needing the win here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. If not, he'll have to get it done in Atlanta 2 weeks from now for Hawthorne's, New Jersey. Just celebrated a birthday. The best gift for him would be for the tires of that Showtime Chase Johnson machine to slowly start fading away here. But Showtime Chase Johnson knows that pit stops are around the corner here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll throw up the pit stop laps here. You see it right there. John Michael Bryant goes in on the caution, tops off on gas here, gets a little bit of that damage done here, but I think he was able to avoid it. But we'll see it right there. There goes Jonathan Smith, former race leader, down on pit road here. The green flag pit stops are on our way. There comes the race leader, Showtime Chase Johnson. So Jonathan Smith will go a lap down. Hell, anybody on this racetrack that's going to pit will go a lap down here. It's the world's fastest half mile. Nicholas Maynard here on the charge here. He'll turn the fastest lap on the racetrack that time around. A 15.60, the race leader Chase Johnson, a 15.73 here. Nicholas Maynard putting down some time here. Can he do something? Jonathan Smith still on pit road. As Chase Johnson makes the second pass around him that time around. Jonathan Smith will pull off a pit road this time around. Green flag stops are on our way here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He'll get back up to speed here. Had to grab through the gears here. John Michael Bryant running great here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. He's up to the 4th place spot here. 2 lap cars in front of him of Blake Hochschild and Chris Schaffner. John Michael Bryant will turn the fastest lap on the racetrack that time around, a 15.80. Race leader Chase Johnson, a 15.85. So not too fast, but a little faster. Here comes James Fountain on fresh tire down on the bottom side of the racetrack. James Fountain goes down pit road. He'll grab a set of 4 fresh Goodyear tires, and he's on the move here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, trying to gain some time back. I haven't heard much tonight from the part-timer. Can he make something shake here at the Bristol Motor Speedway? Jonathan Smith back out on the racetrack. Still a lap down here. They got to get around the race leader, Showtime Chase Johnson. He's currently going into turns 3 and 4 at the current moment. You see Blake Hochschild, the rest of these guys are a lap down right here, trying to run down the race leader. They're not far off here. Showtime Chase Johnson's going to be running for his life here with the lap cars getting to him. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard running through lap traffic, trying to run down the 2nd place car of Kevin Tankos. They'll battle door to door here. Kevin Tankos will scoot it up to the top side of the racetrack. Chris Schaffner being patient back there on them fresh tires as he sees 2 playoff guys racing in front of him. Shout out to Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina, being respectful here in the Madness Racing League. Blake Hochschild on pit road. The battle here for the 2nd place spot continues, though. Chase Johnson still out on the racetrack. We approach 40 laps remaining here in the Madness Racing League Cup Series playoffs. Chase Johnson needing the victory here tonight. The Madness Racing League Cup Series playoff race at Bristol. He's led an ass ton of laps so far, adding points to his total score. Meanwhile, we'll jump back into that battle for the 2nd place spot. Here's Jonathan Smith. We've seen him come down pit road. He's on 4 fresh tires as well. Will he wait around? He's not Chris Schaffner running part-time here. He's another playoff driver. He knows he started the stops. He's got to go now. Nicholas Maynard complete the pass for the 2nd place spot around the number 4, Kevin Tankos. He'll stay on the top side of the racetrack. Let Jonathan Smith go by in the turns 1 and 2 here. Again, the 0-2 Nicholas Maynard on the charge here in the back half of the run, but there's the race leader here. You see the gap between the 2. Can Nicholas Maynard cut the gap down as we approach green flag pit stops here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? James Fountain, Chris Knighty, Chris Schaffner. There will be Corey Riptide Tesner. He'll bring it down the pit road this time there on the front stretch. Corey Riptide Tesner down on pit road here. That is on the back stretch. Corey Tesner is taking the wrong pit road access here. That's going to be a killer for Corey Tesner. James Fountain here trying to shake back. He's up to the 5th place spot here. Showtime Chase Johnson down on the bottom side of the racetrack. The race leader coming to pit road for his green flag pit stop. There's his Chase Johnson, teammate of Corey Riptide Tesner. He'll get a black flag for entering on the opposite pit road here. Chase Johnson will come down for his green flag pit stop. That'll be Nicholas Maynard from Welford, South Carolina. He'll become the race leader here and establish himself, scoring some points here. He knows he's racing in a couple weeks at the Michigan International Speedway. Chase Johnson's guys will hop to the right side of the race car. They'll join 4 right side. It'll be 4 left side tires as well. Be 4 Goodyear tires for Chase Johnson Racing. Number 5 machine, 78 machine, excuse me, will have to keep his pace here. He's off of pit road, back out on the racetrack. Got to get going here, get back up to speed. He'll be a lap down here. There's the race leader of Nicholas Maynard. He'll stay out here. Him, Kevin Tankos, and John Michael Bryant, the only 3 race cars currently out on the racetrack that have yet to pit. James Fountain, here he comes. He's trying to run down the race leader as well to unlap himself. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard will stay out on the racetrack. John Michael Bryant trying to run him down. Kevin Tankos trying to just keep it together here, peeling off some laps here at the Bristol Motor Speedway as we approach 30 laps remaining here. Nicholas Maynard from Welford, South Carolina, picking up where he left off here. That car has came to life on the back half of the run. Chris Schaffner and Chris Knighty have gotten around the race leader here. They'll get a lap back here this time around. Meanwhile, we'll shoot it back to John Michael Bryant. Will he make a pit stop this time around? No, he won't. Showtime Chase Johnson Goes in as the race leader here, trying to get around. He'll get around, excuse me, in front of Nicholas Maynard here, so never have the opportunity for Nicholas Maynard to pass him again. So it's going to be looking good for Showtime Chase Johnson. Meanwhile, the race leader, Nicholas Maynard, will come across the front stretch here. Kevin Tankos will pull on the pit road this time. The second place spot will move up to John Michael Bryant. So John Michael Bryant on the same pit strategy here as Nicholas Maynard here. The Bristol Motor Speedway will throw up the pit stop laps one more time. As you see it, Chris Knighty, Chris Schaffner pit on lap 34. The rest of these guys on lap 50. Former race leader of Showtime Chase Johnson will throw it to him right there as he battles in front of Jonathan Smith for the fourth place spot. He'll come in on lap 63 compared to Jonathan Smith's 13 lap difference there. So we'll see what 13 laps different looks like here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. The battle for the fourth place position is on our way here. Meanwhile, John Michael Bryant in that second place spot there. He'll get passed by the lap cars on the fresh tires here. John Michael Bryant running for his life here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. That's the race leader of Nicholas Maynard here. These lap cars are slowly cutting the gap up on them. Can they get up to them, get themselves on lap here? Hoping and praying that we stay green here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. The green flag stops are cycling out through here. Chris Knighty and Chris Schaffner, the two Chris's will battle door to door here down the back front stretch. Excuse me. Blake Hochschild, 3 laps down here. The Bristol Motor Speedway. He'll look to the bottom side of the triple deuce of Chris Knighty, excuse me, here. Battles here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. There's the race leader, Nicholas Maynard. He'll pull back up to the lap car. John Michael Bryant in the second place spot. James Fountain trying to get back to the front. So can Chase Johnson and Kevin Tankos here. They'll be on lap this time around. Chris Schaffner and Chris Knighty with Blake Hochschild still a lap down here. These guys waiting on the leader to go pit. Can they close the gap up on him? Kevin Tankos, we've seen pit for the second place spot. He's caught back up to the race leader of Nicholas Maynard, looking to unlap himself at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Will the race leader cause him any hassle? Nicholas Maynard will stay in the middle side of the racetrack. They'll battle door to door across the front stretch. Kevin Tankos looking to unlap himself here at the Bristol Motor Speedway along with James Fountain. James Fountain down the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll get around the race leader. James Fountain unlaps himself here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Back on the lead lap. They got to go here. Nicholas Maynard's tire plan working to perfection here so far. As he continues to stay out here, there's about a 20 lap difference on tires between half the field and race leader Nicholas Maynard. Chase Johnson will come back. He'll unlap himself this time around. Nicholas Maynard will pull down the pit road. The race leader down on the pit road. John Michael Bryant will establish the race lead this time around. Here comes the kid from Welford, South Carolina, coming down pit road for his first stop tonight. Corey Tesner out of the race car as he's having some steering pinion problems. Totally broke the Maynard Motors machine. Guys will jump over the right side of the race car. They'll jack it up. It'll be right here, good right side Goodyear tires with 02 Nicholas Maynard to hop to the left side. It'll be 4 fresh Goodyear tires with the 02 Nicholas Maynard kid. James Fountain up to the second place spot. He's on lap with Showtime Chase Johnson. That's the battle for the race lead here as they try to run down John Michael Bryant, who's currently staying out on the racetrack. That's a playoff driver throwing some laps, led in the bank here. You see him there. James Fountain and Chase Johnson, the battle door to door here for the second place spot here, but that will be eventually for the race lead here. It's Nicholas Maynard back out on the racetrack here. He's got to get up to speed here. Guys, he's racing right in front of him. Showtime Chase Johnson and James Fountain here. Once John Michael Bryant brings it around the pit road for his time, as we know he has to do, as he won't be able to make it fully on gas here. We've been completely green so far with 19 laps remaining here. The battle for the race leads right there between the 6th car of James Fountain and Chase Johnson, the other playoff driver, needing the victory here. Got to stay green at the Bristol Motor Speedway. He's running down John Michael Bryant, the boogeyman right there. Can he get to his back bumper, take the race lead here? We're going to have a battle for the race lead here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. John Michael Bryant getting to pit here on old tires. Chase Johnson started the green flag cycles. He cycled his way back. Can he get around the race leader? John Michael Bryant will throw the block down the bottom side of the racetrack. Chase Johnson will do the Bristol bump and run, excuse me. You get so excited here. Chase Johnson making some action shake. Chris Knighty will move out of the way here for the playoff drivers. That'll bring John Michael Bryant down pit road this time around. As the guys that started the cycle here will pass him. There goes the number 5 of Chris Schaffner. He'll unlap himself this time around as well. Chase Johnson back around this time. James Fountain losing time to Chase Johnson here. The tire difference is just no match to be made up here. Different strategies going around here. Nicholas Maynard trying to get around Showtime Chase Johnson, unlap himself here. He went in as the race leader here. He's got about a 30-lap different on tires. If he can make the gap up here with 14 laps remaining in the playoff race at Bristol, he can score the second playoff race victory for him. And then James Fountain will lift Nicholas Maynard to take himself across the nose. He'll get around the second place spot of James Fountain. Now he's got to run down the race leader of Showtime Chase Johnson. Meanwhile, John Michael Bryant still on pit road here. Black flag, speeding on pit road. That's a killer for the playoff driver of John Michael Bryant. Meanwhile, Showtime Chase Johnson will bring it around here. 12 laps remaining. The playoff race at Bristol. If Chase Johnson can keep it together here, things are going his way. He's peeling off laps. Meanwhile, here comes the kid, Nicholas Maynard, on the charge. Nicholas Maynard, we know, two-time winner this year, winner at the Dover Motor Speedway, won 2 weeks ago at the Homestead Miami Speedway. He'll race for a championship here in a couple weeks at the Michigan International Raceway, trying to chop down the gap. And there's the race leader of Showtime Chase Johnson. If Nicholas Maynard can get himself unlapped and get back around the racetrack, he might have a shot at it here, but he's running out of time. He's got to get around the race leader here with 10 laps remaining here. We'll circle back to the second place guy, James Fountain, the part-timer. Beautiful pit strategy here for James Fountain from Greenville, South Carolina. We'll throw it back up there. James Fountain, not even on the board, he pitted so far back. Putting something together here. Lap 49. That's what we see for James Fountain here. So over half the race ago, James Fountain has found his way here. He's cycled back to the second place spot here. Looking nice for him. Meanwhile, here comes the battle. That's the race leader, Chase Johnson, trying to battle the guy that come down pit road, got 30 lap fresher tires. Will Chase Johnson give him any hassle? Nicholas Maynard pulled to the outside of the number 78 machine of Chase Johnson. They'll go around each other. Nicholas Maynard back on the lead lap here with 7 laps remaining. The kid's got to make something shake here. He's going to make it work. Tire strategy in full effect here. Can Nicholas Maynard get back around and pass Chase Johnson for the race lead here and score the victory? Or can Chase Johnson hold on to it here at the Bristol Motor Speedway and lock himself into the championship race here at the Michigan International Raceway in a couple weeks on the Booty Screw Racing channel? Battles all over this great racetrack. Almost impossible for us to keep it on there. The Chris Schaffner will look to the inside of John Michael Bryant. Will look to the inside of Jonathan Smith here. Tire difference battle as well. John Michael Bryant will blow the doors off the 13 of Jonathan Smith here. Jonathan Michael Bryant, that black flag on pit road will not help him. The playoff driver's day is going to be toast. He'll finish out that 8th place spot right there because nobody else is in reach of him. He's 3 laps down. The next one around him is about 4 to 5. Meanwhile, Showtime Chase Johnson will bring it around the back stretch here. Coming into turns 3 and 4, 4 laps remaining here. James Fountain coming in down the back stretch into turns 3 and 4 now. So you see the gap difference between first and second with Jonathan Smith slowly closing the gap over James Fountain. Kevin Tankles will get the 4th place spot as we run with Nicholas Maynard slowly closing the gap up. Can he catch that 3rd place spot? 3 laps remaining. I don't think he's going to have the time to score the victory. But Nicholas Maynard, a hell of a fucking call. Excuse my language as he'll go out, run 30 laps more, not able to close it back up for the race win here. But you never know, at Bristol Motor Speedway, Chase Johnson will come off turns 3 and 4. And he'll see the white flag next time around. This time around, sponsored by AFLglobal.com. Showtime Chase Johnson will bring it down the back stretch here. The number 78 Jordan Machine. Easy money into turns 3 and 4. He'll come off the front stretch here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, and he'll score the victory in the playoff race at the Bristol Motor Speedway in the Madness Racing League. Showtime Chase Johnson will join Nicholas Maynard, who will round out the 5th place spot there at the Michigan International Raceway, and he'll race for a championship here in the Madness Racing League Cup Series. 2 drivers lock in to the playoff race. Chase Johnson scores a victory here in the playoff race at the Bristol Motor Speedway. James Fountain right there will round out the 2nd place spot. He'll come and get the love tap to Chase Johnson. Jonathan Smith will get the 3rd place spot. Kevin Tankles will get the 4th place spot. Hell of a call by the kid. He'll drive all the way back around, score a top 5 victory here tonight. He'll take those points. It's him and Chase Johnson. There you go. Your 2 contenders so far locked in to the playoffs. And we'll race for a championship at the Michigan International Raceway. 1 more race remains here in the Madness Racing League Cup Series playoffs. We'll go to Atlanta Motor Speedway 2008 style 2 weeks from now here on the Booty Screw Racing channel. Make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button so you don't miss a thing here on the Booty Screw Racing channel. Meanwhile, Chase Johnson will bring it around the last great Coliseum, and he'll burn it down for you folks here on the Booty Screw Racing channel. Chase Johnson racing for a championship in a couple weeks. breaking it down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll throw up tonight's final results. Chase Showtime Johnson scores the victory here at the Bristol Motor Speedway on a hell of a pit strategy call here. Guys throwing up strategy all throughout the field. James Fountain able to bring it around on 50-lap old tires, so he'll score the second place victory here tonight. Jonathan Smith will get the third place spot with Kevin Tenko scoring the victory in the fourth place spot here is four playoff drivers will round out the top 5 with Nicholas Maynard. He's already locked into the championship race at the Michigan International Raceway. He'll race with Showtime Chase Johnson for the championship. Blake Hochschild, best run of his career so far here in the Madness Racing League. He'll finish 3 laps down on the pit strategy call, but up to the 6th place spot. High Point, North Carolina's Chris Schaffner will score the 7th place victory spot here tonight. The Bristol Motor Speedway claiming that check. Chris Schaffner, appreciate him coming out tonight, part-timer. John Michael Bryant, ladies and gentlemen, will score the 8th place spot here tonight. Black flag on pit road. Brutal speeding penalty for the J Money Motorsports 23 machine. The Boogeyman will finish 4 laps down here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Chris Knighty driving the Green Machine Racing Triple Deuce machine will finish 9 laps down, and he'll finish in the 9th place spot. Corey Riptide Tesner battling some issues. Goes down the wrong side of pit road. He'll get a black flag, and that'll cook his night as he'll battle some toe link issues after contact with the wall. He'll finish out the 10th place spot with Tony Cook getting the 11th place spot in his number 33 Skull Bandit machine, and Terry Hughes Jr. in the Bounty Hunter Racing 81 machine. The other playoff driver will take a brutal hit in the standings tonight as he gets into the wall early. He'll be our only caution flag of the night here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, as he'll have to almost be in a for sure must-win situation in the Atlanta Motor Speedway here in a couple weeks on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button. You can catch all that right here. We'll catch you back Friday night as the Madness Racing League Truck Series takes on the Chicago Street Course right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel.